but the Uncharted a movie that has been, delayed again and again and again, we actually got a trailer.
Yeah.
Today, which is very interesting.
I woke up to that. It's like, didn't the trailer come out like in the morning? I fucking slept until like 2.
Yeah, I think because I was like just like zombieing over to my computer desk since I work remote, and I remember going in the Instagram, and one of the first pages on the Instagram was Uncharted, and I was like, oh snap. I was like, that's pretty cool. So yeah, the trailer happened. Really interesting. So I guess just to read this little snippet here on the top of the article, this is according to Screen Rant. It says here in quote, the Uncharted movie takes place before the events of the first video game in the series, making its exact placement in the overall Uncharted timeline a bit complicated. Directed by Ruben Fleischer. I'm not sure I pronounced that. I apologize, sir. Uncharted stars Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, Mark Wahlberg as Victor Sullivan, and Olivia Ali as Chloe Fraser. Alongside a supporting cast that includes Tati Gabriel as Antonio Banderas. It says in the first Uncharted video game, Nathan Drake is 31 years old by the start of Uncharted 3. He's 35, and in the flashbacks that take place in the game, he's 15. It's in those flashbacks that Nate's first meets Sully, starting that would become lifelong friendship between flashback scenes in Uncharted 3. At the start of the first Uncharted, Nate embarks on a number of adventures, including several Sully and some others with older brother Sam. So, end quote. So yeah, as far as to talk about like what we thought about the trailer, I know for me, it definitely looks clean. It definitely like kind of reminds me of like, I don't know if this is a good sign, but like Knights of the Museum, like slight comedic edge, but everything looks clean type of vibes. Mark Wahlberg is Mark Wahlberg, which is not a bad or a good thing. It's just kind of, he's doing his thing. But the film looks, the movie looks interesting. I'm not so sure on the tone of the film though, and especially with the scene that they show, which is basically the action movie scene from Uncharted 3.
Yeah, the plane thing.
Which is a very iconic scene, especially to, especially in the video game. I remember playing in the video game. That particular scene was super freaking intense, like super freaking intense. And watching the trailer, it seemed more so just kind of like it looked cool, but I wasn't really worried for young Nathan Drake at that time. So I don't know. I kind of, that was kind of like, to me, that was a little bit of the red flag, just because I remember the game distinctively, and I was like, this would be a great scene in a movie. And then I see it in the trailer of the movie that's coming out, and I'm like, I don't know if they're doing it right.
Well, okay, so a couple things. One, I like the trailer.
Okay.
Now, mine's just a trailer. I know it's hard. There are trailers I didn't like. This is not in that category. Another thing you mentioned there reminds me of the night of the museum. Well, because, and something we'll talk about in a little second here, of the 6 directors it's gone through, finally stuck the landing with the 7th. One of the other directors that had passed over was the director of the Night at the Museum.
Oh, so that makes sense.
Yeah, the Ben Stiller movie, Night at the Museum, was one of the directors that got passed over. And the thing is, yeah, like you said, like this, they advertise, they're saying this is supposed to be a prequel, but they have like one of the most, arguably memorable scenes from Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
Like so much, I just want to confirm it because I never owned the game.
Sure.
I never owned a PS3. So much so it's the fucking cover art. It's the cover art for the game.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a great, like, as far as gameplay, that was a great fucking like scene in the game, like playing that. Like that was really fun. But I don't know, like the movie looks pretty good so far. Like I feel like it's probably not fair to judge so much. But just seeing the first things around it, I would say, okay, so the quality looks good, but it doesn't seem like, to me, Uncharted was fun because like it immediately has like that Hollywood stamp, that Indiana Jones vibe, that really intense type vibe. But I feel like they're going for more of a comedic edge, and I don't know if it's because they're kind of teetering to the personality of what's his name, Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah, to the personality of Tom Holland, because that's kind of his vibe, especially with all the Spider-Mans and whatnot.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I was just like, it's just from that scene, I was just like, I was like, okay, I get it. They added this because this is what the gamers know.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked to see the train scene from Uncharted 2, Among Us. You know, where he's kind of like trying to climb through the train as it's falling off the cliff. That was a fucking amazing scene too. One of the first scenes in the game, actually. Yeah. But yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. But yeah, like you said, I want to talk about what you said, Arthur, as far as it being, you know, the upteenth, the 7th director.
7th. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, which is nuts. Let me read a little bit of this article you shot over to me. This is from blog.turtlebeach.com. It says here in quote, the complexity of adapting around the constraints of Hollywood while remaining true to the core games are likely part of the reason why directors and writers have bailed. Although that's not true in all cases, for some directors like Travis Knight, the decision to leave was based on prior commitments and a lack of time. It says, yes, it doesn't look like doesn't look great on paper that 6 directors have bailed, but some of the difficulty surrounding the Uncharted film boils down to bad luck rather than bad faith. If done correctly, an Uncharted movie may be able to work and appeal to an audience, kind of like the fan film directed by Alan Ungar starring Nathan Fillion, which you just communicated to me. I had no idea.
Neither did I.
This existed.
So on that note, I know. So 2 things with this article that this article brings up is not only that's now, you know, the 7th director has finally stuck the landing. We've went through 6. But also the casting decision, because that was a big thing. Like a lot of people, I would argue, including myself,
yeah,
was like Nathan Fillion is like perfect for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it reminds me a lot of his character from. It reminds me a lot of his character from Firefly.
Yeah,
you know, just that character archetype. Yeah, he fits in there, you know, like a round peg just perfectly.
Yeah, fits like a glove. Yeah.
And so I knew when they were talking about casting before Tom Holland was confirmed. The internet being the internet was like doing deep fakes and comparisons. Like, look, this guy's perfect. You know.
Yeah, it's like, please.
Like I know aesthetics aren't everything to a role, but something about gaming, you can argue, and you can argue to a point, any adaptation, unless the movie's original, which is fucking non-existent in Hollywood now.
Right. Yeah,
everything's an adaptation about something, whether it's a book, a comic, a graphic novel, or a video game. Aesthetics play a significant role. You know, if, you know, all sense, like, you know, like a weird comparison, it's like picture if they make a new Capcom movie, you know, starring Leon Kennedy, and, you know, and all of a sudden his wardrobe is like fucking Neo from the Matrix. It's like, what is going on? He's like, what is it with this black leather spandex and trench coat?
Right. Yeah.
And so when I heard there was like a proper fanfic, because I knew there was all the deep fakes and stuff. And I heard there was a proper like 15-minute fan film. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, I gotta watch that. Like, I found that out after I heard that article. They're like, oh, the fan film starring Nathan Fillion. Wait, there was a fan film? I gotta check this out. But again, I found it like minutes before we started recording, so I was like, fuck, I gotta look it up. And I don't know, with the Tom Holland thing, I feel like, okay, Tom Holland's young. I know that's like, I can't hold it against him, but what I mean by the reason I want to bring it up is because I think so far from anything in his role not involving Spider-Man or Marvel, it's like a flip of a coin whether we get a thing he's like passionate about or like a character that's written well for him.
Right.
Like his recent Netflix movie, I forget what it was called, Evil something.
Uh-huh.
It was like a very hard, you know, drama, you know, like thriller, you know, not Spider-Man, you know, type of movie, and it kind of like, quote unquote, like flopped. Now I haven't seen it, so I can't tell if it was like him delivering his role or, you know, it being Netflix, as I discussed many times.
Yeah.
With Netflix, flip of a coin, you get something that's like, holy shit, this is amazing, or like, oh, it's just Netflix. Like, yeah, because again, Netflix, again, I mentioned it multiple times here, but again, Netflix originals either fucking nail it out of the park or they're like, nope, don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey everybody, my name is Jarrell.
My name's Arthur.
And welcome to the Gamers for Life podcast channel here, where we discuss all things games. movie things related, consoles, stuff going on in the industry. We have a whole lot of fun here. We have news clips or funny compilations, things of that nature. But be sure to subscribe here on the YouTube channel. We'd love to have you. And also, if you want to check out all things related to Gamers for Life, so if it's Arthur doing the Twitch stuff, or if you want to listen to our audio content as well, go to linktree.com/Gamers for Life. Get all the good stuff there. But again, welcome, and I hope you can subscribe so you can check out more of our videos for the future.
Follow us on Instagram for stories we don't always cover, but worth talking about.
Oh yeah. Peace.